Alright, welcome back to the Roblox course, and in this lecture we're going to talk about trails and how to add them to the player. So first things first, what are trails? So trails are basically when you move you get like a little color trail following you. And I'm going to show this as an example by this position part here. Actually, we're going to create a new part. Why not? Let's just create a new part, and we're going to call this the trail part. And what's going to happen with this is we will actually need two more things in here, and those are going to be attachments. Now, because there are so many things that we could add, like an insane amount of things that we could add, it's best to go into this search object here and then just click or search for attachment. This is going to add an attachment. Now, the issue is that the attachment right now is inside of the part and not really visible to us. So what we're going to do is we actually have to get this out of here. So something like this, and then we can do something like this. And now we have it positioned somewhat properly right here. Oh, let's do this, right? And then we can simply duplicate this attachment and then get the other attachment here. And if we then make sure to select both of them by holding Control and then selecting the other one, we can actually see both of them here. And I think that this is fine. So the idea is that a trail needs two attachments, and then the trail is going to be drawn between those attachments, and then is going to be a flat. You can imagine it as a flat piece of paper that is then moving with the piece. We're going to see this, so we can add here under the trail part a new trail, right? And then under the properties, we have attachment 0 and attachment 1, and this is exactly what we need to do. So we need to click in here and then specify which attachment should be there, and then even inside of the well, not the game not started yet, we can actually see this already. As you can see, there is the trail, and if we move this direction, nothing that's gonna happen, but this is gonna work, and then we can basically do something like this. Craziness. Now this is gonna look a little bit weird, but this is simply because of the fact that there are some things. So the max length right now is 0, so there is no max length for this trail. So as you can see, it's gonna be as long as it wants to be. This happens when the trail has a max length of 0. I would say let's make the max length about 16 here. And the great thing about the color is that we can just choose a color. Let's say, for example, something like let's go with a red, right? And then if we move the part, as you can see now, the trail is red. Now, if I go really fast, as you can see, it actually follows me sort of, because the max length is 16 and it doesn't just extend forever. We can also look at the lifetime. This is basically how many seconds it's going to stay active. Right, max length, min length, and then there's a scale as well. But I think that the lifetime, you can also say, well, it's basically never there, and then you're not even going to see it basically. So I think that a lifetime of 2 is going to be pretty good. That's pretty nice. Okay, and however, the color, I actually think that what's really cool is you can click those 3 dots here, and then you can actually make this color gradient, right? So you can say, well, here right now I want it red, right? That's okay. And then here I actually want it a little bit more, maybe like maybe you make it sort of like the rainbow, right? So there I want pink, and then here I sort of want it to be blue, and then here I want it to be green, and then here in the end I want it to be yellow, and then you have like a crazy color rainbow, and then you just close this. So this would be a color sequence. And then if we take a look at this, then as you can see, it's actually going to change its color. Now, it's not long enough to display the entire color. So this is what I've seen. So what you need to do is you can, just set, let's say, for example, 32, making the max length 32. And if we now press this, now you can almost see the entire color here. It still has to catch up a little bit. So we've probably added a few more too many colors, but still, this is sort of an idea of a trail. And now we're going to see how to add this to the player. So this, what we can do is we can just duplicate this trail just for the sake of argument, and we're going to add this to the server storage in this case, and then a new script in the server script service, of course, and we're gonna call this the player trail. And this is also gonna have this one player trail. And then let's see what we need to do. What we need to do is we need to get the players again. So this is gonna be simply game.player, not archivable, but players. And then what we are gonna do is we're gonna say players.player added. This is of course what we've already seen. We're gonna connect to the player added event and add a function here with a player. And then instead of here, we're going to say player.character added event. Now the character added event, and we're going to connect with this as well. And this is going to have a function with a character, because we will have to add it to the character. Character, there you go. Because once again, the character has the model, right? So first of all, we're going to get the trail, and we're going to get this by going to the server storage. And then going to the trail. So we're going to do trail. There you go. And then we're going to clone this. We've already seen the clone function once before. And in this case, we're actually going to use it with, with something. And then this trail is going to get a new parent. And the parent is going to be the character.head for the sake of argument right now. And then we need to add 2 attachments, right? So we need to add the first attachment. So attachment 0 is going to be an instance of new attachment, and this is going to be at character.head, right? So this is just the parent. We're going to supply the parent immediately, because that's, why not? And then it's good practice to actually give it a proper name, because why not? So we're just going to say trail attachment 0, and then the second attachment, we can just copy this. That's going to make it a little bit quicker right here. So we're going to change this to attachment 1. And this is still going to be an attachment. And this is going to go to humanoid root part. Now, there's something to be said about putting the attachment somewhere else. I would say right now it really doesn't matter. If you want to play around with it a little bit, you could put it somewhere else in the character. But right now that's going to be fine. And yeah. So then we're going to say trail.attachment 0 is going to be equal to attachment 0. And then we'll just copy this and replace the zeros with ones. Right. And now this, each time a new player gets added, and then each time a new character gets added, we are going to add this trail to it. And let's just see what happens. I mean, why not, right? So we're in, and nothing has happened yet, but as soon as I start moving, we're gonna have a trail. Woo! And this looks pretty cool, actually. Right. So like I said, there's something to be said about maybe putting it somewhere else, right? Like lower down and not as high up, or something like that. Or maybe you want it as the shoulders, so it looks like sort of a cape. Of course, that's something you could do in theory. The only thing that you would need to change is where this attachment is, well, attached to, basically, right, on the character. But yeah, that is it for the trails. It's a short little something that you can play around with a little bit, and the trail is just a fun little thing that can be added to a game, basically for the player or even for objects in theory. So in one example was that when you swing a sword, you could maybe have a trail that's the color of the sword, so it looks like it adds motion blur or something like that. So yeah, that was it for trails. If there are any questions, of course, always feel free to ask, and I'll be sure to respond. And yeah.